All right, what's going on, y'all? Today's type of video is a little bit different. Typically, I like to listen to music and I like to let it quote unquote marinate. Like, give it some time to sit as music, not just give it like oh, this is good or this is bad just off of the first listen. Typically, the way I would like to do this is to have a quote unquote pan seared version, sticking with the food analogy here, having a pan seared version, which is kind of like my first impressions off the first couple listens, and then I would want to have a marinated version, which is kind of like I let the song or the album sit for a little bit, give it a little bit of time, couple days, maybe a week or so, let me really digest the music that I just listened to, and then form a more solid opinion on it. The reason this one's called Slightly Marinated is because I meant to do this video a couple of days ago, like upon release, but I've been just listening to the album nonstop and got lazy and started doing other things in life. So this is my slightly marinated version of the video idea that I wanted to deliver to you guys originally. I wanted to talk about Ian's new album, Goodbye Horses. Yeah, so again, this type of video is new to me. I just wanted to quickly go over the album as a whole, talk about the songs that I liked, some of the songs I didn't like. But I'm going to be like clear and upfront. This isn't a review. So if you're expecting me to tell you this is a good album, this is a bad album, whatever, first of all, my opinion probably shouldn't matter too much to you. If you really want an opinion on the album, go listen to the album. That's my best advice to you. But I just wanted to, throw that out there. I like music, so I wanted to talk about something that I like. Ian is an artist that has grown on me tremendously since he started putting music out. I've become a really big fan. So again, I just wanted to talk about the music. So overall, the album is very different. If you've listened to Ian's previous album, Valedictorian, this album has flashes of that, but this album is more developed, I guess, for lack of a better term. Some songs do very much remind me of Valedictorian, but there's a lot of new stuff in there as well. If you bought into the idea that Tyler the Creator was dissing Ian or whatever, if you saw that TikTok clip talking about, well, where Tyler was talking about there's a white boy in the rap music industry and he's making fun of blah 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 blah. If you bought into the idea that he was talking about Ian, well, then it's pretty easy to frame this album as Ian's statement piece to that comment. I personally don't know who Tyler was talking about in that clip, just because he never dropped any names, and it could have been anybody outside of Ian, but that's not the topic of today's video, so we'll leave it at that. Overall, album, in my opinion, great. I enjoyed it. There was like two songs on it that I really didn't like. There was a lot that I did like, a lot that I could have gave, give or take, like, if it was, I'm glad it was on the album, but if it wasn't, I wouldn't be upset. So let's quickly talk about some of the songs that I didn't like. And it's not that they were bad. I'm gonna clarify. I didn't think there was a single song on this album that was bad. I do think that there was songs on here that I would skip if I was listening through the album, and I was just like, I don't want to hear this. Of the 12, there was only two that I would skip. The first one being Shit Sad with Chief Keef. I know, listen, Chief Keef is a legend. No diss to Chief Keef. I didn't like his part on the song. I just got to be honest. And I think his feature on the song brought the song down for me. But that's just my opinion. I didn't think it's bad. I'm just saying, like, I've been listening through the album since it's released, and every time the Chief Keef part comes on, I kind of just, I don't know it. And I thought it would grow on me if I let it marinate a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't sit with me. This is just not the same Chief Sosa that I knew back in the day. And then the second song on the album was Off That Shit. The delivery of some of the bars and stuff like that, it just wasn't my cup of tea. It didn't strike my ear well. Again, it's not necessarily a bad song, just no way that song's probably hitting my playlist. Now, some of the songs that I did like, first of all, 3.5, crazy. That one's been on repeat for a while. It's just a good, catchy song. The first time I heard it, I was bopping. I was like, okay, what is this? What is this? And 3.5 just to help me sleep. I do a bitch like Joel Embiid. First of all, Ian posted on his story he was not dissing Joel Embiid, so let's keep that clear. Like, let's be honest. Who gonna want to mess with a 7-foot motherfucker that look like this? Be real with me. Who gonna want to do that? But yeah, I don't know. This song was just, it was good. I liked it. Same thing with Out West. The Out West, when I was first listening to the album, was probably my favorite song at the time. Is it now? No. It's still good, but it hasn't stayed at the number one spot for me. There's other songs like Loco and Older with, I think that's Rain, I think is their name. Those songs are good. Um, yeah, I mean, but again, Out West that was just up there for me. And then another song that I really liked, and this is probably my number one after giving a couple of songs, um, a little bit of time to marinate and things like that, is the song Goodbye Horses. Real quick. So, My Call and Goodbye Horses. Those are the two songs. There might be another one on there, but those are the two songs to me that really kind of blew me away and showed that Ian's ability to sing is, I'm not going to lie, Ian's not the best singer. I just want to be forthcoming. Ian is not the best singer. I think he's a better rapper than he is a singer, but he has the ability to sing, and he especially showcases that in Goodbye Horses, at least in my opinion. My Call kind of threw me for a loop at first. I remember when I was first listening to the album, like release day or maybe the next morning, I was listening to My Call and I was like, Ian can sing, but should he? And I'm going to be honest, it still kind of feels like that a little bit. Maybe it's just the delivery, but My Call has grown on me, and it is. I would say of the 12 songs, it's at least somewhere between 7 and 4 on my top 12. It's a decent song. But yeah, Goodbye Horses. To me, that is the best showcase of Ian's ability to sing. And that song, of all the songs on this album, has probably been the one that I've been on repeat the most. To be fair, I'm going to be honest, I've been listening to this album and Yeat's Lifestyle, which I will probably also be doing a similar type of video like this in the future. But every time that I come back to Ian's album, Goodbye Horses is one of the songs that if I'm not listening to it from top to bottom, it's one of the first songs I'm clicking to listen to. To me, it's just that good of a song. There's a couple other songs, like I said, On the Floor, it's decent. Again, I'm glad it's on the album. Will it make the playlist? Potentially. But there's a shot it won't. If I had heard this song and said, oh, it got cut from the album, I would have been like, man, I really wish it was on the album. That's kind of where my head is at. End Up Gone, everybody was hearing that. That was the popular TikTok song for a little bit I guess it was the snippet that he teased on Instagram, and then people started using it on TikTok and things like that. It's another great one. But yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion on Goodbye Horses. Overall, I think it's a very solid album, very good album. Like I said, I suggest that you go listen to it for yourself, form your own opinion. I know a lot of people don't like Ian as an artist, and I personally think he gets a little bit of, well, not a little bit, I think he gets a lot of unnecessary hate. So give him an honest listen for yourself. I think it's worth the listen. And if you listen to Mr. Valedictorian himself, okay. If you listen to Valedictorian, don't come into this album thinking it's the same thing, because it's not. Like I said, there are some songs on there that are similar to the type of style that Valedictorian was, but this to me is a whole new, I don't want to say a whole new beast or a whole new animal, but it's a different style for sure, and I think it's worth a listen. But yeah, go stream Goodbye Horses. It's a good album. Again, this is not a review, so everything I say is opinionated. Everything I say is subjective to my ear. I know that is kind of similar to a review, but I'm not here to give you a 1 to 10. This album's good, this album's bad. I'll just give my thoughts on the album. And I, again, encourage everybody listening and watching this video to go give it a listen for yourself and form your own opinion on it. But yeah, that's been today's video, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace.